city where they gotta play up. Yeah. I'm from the city where they gotta play up. I don't. Coin flippers trying to pay up. Hey. I'm from the city where they gotta play up. They still gotta play us. I'm from the city where they gotta play up. Coin flippers trying to pay up.
Go. Started out with who they done got me started. Call Katie, tell him make room for the Lamborghini. I trust 27 to lead us through any battle. We had DK out there press. You seen how we did Seattle? Went down 1-3 and then we hop back on that saddle. Everybody want T, but you can't have him cause we got a lethal 9 on the side and he gon' always red dot him. 29 got him on lockdown. This Taylor Britt Island. You know Jamar probably open. That boy 7-11. Who your best cornerback? Cause my receivers gon' shred it. And y'all don't wanna go one-on-one with Lou's playbook. 91 step on that field and quarterbacks look shook. A couple weeks went by and we done stacked us up some wins. Brad Logan still with us, still the turnover twin. Uzier and man to man, you probably shouldn't throw at him. Orlando Brown came to town, showed us what a bodyguard is. I don't think they want no smoke with us. Forever standing on business, this ain't no joke for us. Money Mackey line it up, that boy forever clutch. Put up whoever you want, it's never slow for us. Ain't nothing changed, 21 still lurking in the cut. 83 reasons why they can't with us. Zach Taylor top dog, it's always win or bust. Hand the ball to Chase Brown, probably won't get touched. Chuck sizzle back deep to receive the punt. Probably gon' run it back, I feel like he the one. Doing my shuffle on him still, I feel like Icky Woods. Old line protecting Joe like a tiger should. Imagine having Trent Irwin as your fourth string. If BJ Hill hit you, you feel what that force bring. 1, 2, 3, nah, we need 4 rings. This the jungle, you can't come in here and pull strings. Look close, look how DJ read that offense. Sin Hubbard and Osai, yeah, we all in. Nick Scott ball hawking overwatching. Dax Hill an interception that look flawless. It's really hard to lose when K. Adams rule for you. If you need a couple yards, Earth gon' get it for you. We got Tanner Hudson now, Sample still too. Yoshi gon' go get that ball just like a dog do. Already knew they had to play us, but this part two. I'm from the city where they gotta. I'm from the city where they gotta play us. It's time to pay up. I'm from the city where they gotta play us. I'm from the city where they gotta. I'm from the city where they gotta play us. It's time to pay up. Who they?
Who day, guys? What's going on? Welcome to the show. It's a little early today. I'm sorry if you didn't get the memo. I'm going to be at the Cam Taylor Britt golf bowling alley outing tonight at 5 o'clock. So that's why I'm coming at you earlier. Corey Dillon's not going to be on. He could come on this early. It's like 11:30 his time, so he's got other stuff going on. I promise I'll get him on this week. But I got Joe from the Bengals show. He'll be on with me. Let's recap the show. Anyway, do me a favor. If you found the show, hit that like and subscribe button. Smash that thumbs up. You guys are awesome. I'm up to 2,439 subscribers. I appreciate actually 34 subscribers. Sorry, I was just 39. But I appreciate every single one of you guys. If you guys are watching on Facebook or Twitter X and you have yet to subscribe to my channel, why not? Please do so. Please go to the YouTube channel, Sports with Strawberry Ice. Hit the subscription button, hit the bell for the notification. Every time I go live, you'll be notified. Also, exclusively in the YouTube chat crew, we're doing super chats. So if you got a question that you're dying to ask about what the hell happened yesterday, or you just want to support the show, give me a super chat. I would greatly appreciate it. And as always, I'm coming to you live from this glorious place down here. It's the Ice Cave. The Ice Cave is brought to you by T Properties. T Properties, quality housing for quality people. Check out their website at www.tpropertiesllc.com for all your rental property management needs and your rental needs. And you know what? I wear it every single day. I got it on right now. We got the greatest quarterback in the league. We hit the jackpot when we drafted Joe Burrow. Please, if you like any of the merchandise, the hats, the shirts, the banners, any of that stuff, please go to jackpotjoey9.com. If you want the beer is at Brick Brewery. Portions of the proceeds go to the Joe Burrow Hunger Relief Fund of the Joe Burrow Foundation. Remember, you're buying cool stuff, drinking delicious beer, and you're helping people out. And that's the whole point of this, is to help people out. So what's up to everybody in the chat, which there's a lot of people in there. Not really. It's 2:30 in the afternoon and most people are working. But you got Stranger in there, Darth's in there, Soul's in there, and Joey Carr, my boy from ZTV. He's on it. Go check him out because he's got the Joe Show. He's going to have, I think, Corey Dillon on this Friday. And he's got some kind of interviews or something that some crazy guy named Strawberry Ice did at the tailgate or something like that. I don't know. You might want to check that out. So keep up with ZTV to find out when and where that is going to happen. Anyway, let's get to what in the hell happened on Sunday. And let's bring in my boy from the Bengals show, Joe Farsing. What's up, Joe?
I am bitter and cynical and I got a lot of thoughts, so I'm glad I get to, I don't usually record until Wednesday, so I'm glad I get a little outlet before then. So
We can get it all out now.
yeah, hit a little bit of the pressure release valve. You got a pressure cooker, hit that little button to go. This is my pressure release right now, so I got a vent.
All right, well, go ahead. I'll let you vent. What you got? Go for it.
That effort, especially in both the offensive and defensive line, was just absolutely pathetic. The Texans, they had a really high pass rush win rate to their defensive line, but they only had 17 sacks going into this week. Mm-hmm. They got to Burrow. I mean, Sheldon Rankins had 3 sacks himself. Alex Kappa looked absolutely terrible. Ted Karras wasn't great. Volson actually wasn't too terrible, but I mean, the guys that they kind of count on the interior line were just god awful. We're now going to be down Trey Hendrickson for a couple weeks. We're not going to. There's no chance Hubbard's playing on Thursday. I've got legitimate concerns for, I mean, they can survive losing on Thursday, but I've got legitimate concerns for this team going forward.
I don't know. Can they survive losing Thursday? I mean, two in a row to the Ravens. I don't know about all that. They got to win Thursday, I think.
I look at it this way. They can go 11-6, which means they have 2 more losses the rest of the season. If they go, someone can make the playoffs at 10-7, but Bengals, with how poorly they're playing in conference, they're going to lose all the tiebreakers. So they need to go 11-6, which means, they need to go, they can only lose 2 more games the rest of the season. So they can lose at the Ravens. That puts the division totally out of reach.
Yeah.
But they can still get a wild card. So it's,
I'll put it to you this way. My thoughts were, and this is what I thought the keys to the game. I did not think the Texans could or were going to even try to run the ball on us. But they ran it. They had Singletary had 150 yards. I knew they were going to throw it. Stroud threw for 356. I didn't know he'd throw it that much. Them running the ball on us was surprising to me, as much as they did and as well as they did. And the other thing that you brought up is how much pressure they got on Joe. I mean, Joe still had a good game. 27 of 40, 347 yards, 2 TDs. I mean, he still had a good game. That was the surprising. To me, this falls on our offense not staying out there long enough, and on our defense just not making stops. We literally, I think, made them punt the ball 1 time. They scored almost every time they got the ball. We turned the ball over on them 3 times, which was great. But I don't know. I think we only converted that maybe once or twice of when we turned the ball over. You turn the ball over, you got to turn that into points. I know everybody's upset with TB. Trust me, it's frustrating. If he catches the ball, this is a totally different scenario. But they've got to make tackles. We're back to the defense not making tackles. And my son brought this up, and I'm not one to be critical of Zach, and I'm not trying to be. But where did the offense go that we had against the 49ers? Excuse me, Sucky Niners, where we were under center, and they didn't know what we were doing. We had them completely confused. This one seemed more predictable than it was. That's where I'm like, why can't we go back to going under center more often and surprising people? Because it works so well against San Francisco, and I really haven't seen that here lately. What's your thoughts on that there, Joe?
Yeah, I wholly agree with the, especially with the under center game. I'm trying to look at the numbers. I've got PFF up, and I don't see any numbers for them actually. Concepts in terms of under center shotgun stuff like that. They don't have that broken down, unfortunately.
It wasn't that much. I don't know how many. I want to say 4 or 5 times under center, but I'm just guessing. It didn't seem like a lot. We're out shotgun a lot.
Yeah, and that's, I mean, they don't run the ball real well out of that.
It's not doing the damn sweep.
It can't go outside.
That doesn't work.
If Mixon doesn't hit the hole with a full head of steam, he's got slow feet and he can't make people miss. He actually made one person miss on a crucial, but that's not, that he's going to hit the hole with a full head of steam and plow ahead 7, 8, 9, 10 yards. But if he's not squared up, if his shoulders aren't turned and squared up to the line of scrimmage, then play's dead. He had 2 catches for -1 yards because they were just passes out to the flat where he couldn't get turned upfield, and he had a really bad drop because he didn't want to get hit, and he still got blown up. So, haha. I kind of I don't want my guy. I don't want any Bengals to get hurt. But if you're going to alligator arm a pass because you don't want to get hit, you deserve to get blown up on that play, and he got blown up anyway. So,
the defense could not stop the run, and they left about 14 points on the field. Burrow looked horrible too. He's just not TB. And see, the thing is, Joe really, if you look at the numbers, Joe really didn't look that bad. I mean, he looked. That's the thing. It's like me and Chandler were watching the game. We're like, man, Burrow looks bad. I don't think he's doing it good. Then we look at the stats. I'm like, 27 of 40, 2 touchdowns and 347 yards passing. That's not a bad game. I mean, it's really not. It's just Stroud threw for 356. Stroud had an unbelievable freaking game, and we gave up 150 yards in rushing. Texas had a 300-yard passer and an over 100-yard rusher in the same damn game. It's the first time the Bengals have done that. And I saw somebody tweet that out. I don't remember what the date is, but it's been a long damn time since they've done that. That's the reason we lost the damn game, is we can't stop them. I mean, and the thing is, no matter what we all say, and I'm not trying to blame this on TV, if he catches the ball, we most likely win the damn game. I think we still are in position to win the game. And why in the hell did the Texans throw the ball? I thought they were like, oh, they're going to run this game. They're running out. This game's over. Especially the way they've been running it. They throw the ball, Juice jumps the route and is gone. And I'm jumping up and down. I thought he scored a touchdown. I was cheering too much, and then I realized he didn't. And we had to get Mixon in there to score. But, we'll see. I don't know. It's not the end of the world. It's just a very irritating and disappointing loss. There are things that I thought we fixed. I thought we fixed the tackling. That's the biggest issue with me. And there's a lot of guys when Stroud would scramble because we couldn't get to him. He'd scramble, and then guys were wide freaking open. That was one of the biggest problems of the game, I thought.
I think somehow Noah Brown just caught another 27-yard completion over the middle of the field, surrounded by nobody, and the game's been over for 23 hours. I mean, it's ridiculous. He had 7 catches, 172 yards. I don't think any of his catches were shorter than 20 yards. And none of them, these weren't, and Stroud played well. I mean, Stroud is legit. He played fantastic. This has nothing to do with him. None of those were tight window throws. Those were throws. That's exactly. That's
where's our defense at?
Him evading the pass rush, getting outside, and then there's nothing but a shitload of green space between him, Noah Brown, and the closest defender. And it's at what point does Lou decide, hey, maybe we should stop with the zone and go a little more man-to-man? And I get, it's going to be hard to cover when your pass rush isn't getting home and the quarterback has 4, 5, 6, 7 seconds to find somebody. You can't expect someone to cover that one that long, but this is the same guy over and over and over. This guy did the same thing to us last year in Dallas. Like, I don't get it. This is their number 3 receiver too. This isn't, Nico Collins, who is their number 1 and out, or Tank Dell, who's, stud rookie.
Well, that's one thing I don't get at. Again, I didn't play football. I watched it a lot. I played everything else, but I definitely didn't play secondary. But if you're doing a scramble drill, I don't know. Wouldn't you think the guys, if there's a guy close to you, you cover him, just jump on that guy and cover him and give up the zone then, because that's what he did. They just found a soft spot in the zone and just sat there waiting for him to get the ball to him.
Yeah, and without really, I haven't had a chance to really look at the all 22 or anything like that yet to see, was this a matter of the linebackers reacting to him scrambling out of the pocket and kind of coming up a little bit and leaving that void? I don't think so, because the Bengals linebackers are pretty disciplined. That's not really what they do, but I don't know what the answer is. And
let's go to Osai. This was the game we needed him, dude. This was I thought this would be the game, since Sam wasn't there, that he would step up. I'm like, and he had such a great game at the end of the season. I know everybody talks about the last play against the Chiefs, but he had a great game. Where's he been at? Is he still hurt? What's going on? Why is he not?
He only had 11 snaps yesterday. I don't know. They were relying on Cam Sample, who was, had 25 snaps, but didn't do much. He was actually the lowest Sample and Osai were the 2 lowest graded pass rushers on the team per PFF. So if Hendrickson has to miss more than 2 games, they're screwed. Those quarterbacks, they're gonna have time to set up a hibachi, cook some food, throw some veggies on there, have a little tempura going, and then find their open receiver. Because they're just gonna be able to set up camp.
Yeah, it's not good. Now, Tanner, he said, here says Tanner Hudson went off in the first half. They stopped throwing to him. Well, when they stopped throwing to him, they stopped putting him out on the field. That's what I didn't understand. I think Sample, you can look up the snaps for me if you got them up there. But I think Irv Smith and Sample both got more snaps than Tanner did, which I'm like, oh, it's like they're almost too stubborn to use him. I'm like, because he was doing really well. I'm not saying that would have changed anything. You still got to stop the other team. The biggest problem is two things. One, our offense didn't stay on the field long enough to keep their offense off. Two, our defense couldn't. The biggest thing, our defense could not stop them at all. I'm like, we barely pushed them back. They were barely ever in a third and long. I mean, it was.
Well, they had third and long twice. They had third and 13, and they converted in like 19 yards. They had another third and over 10 yards, and they completed them. Tight ends all pretty much. Yeah. Tight ends pretty much split snaps. Sample got 23, Smith with 21, Hudson with 20. The only reason they had more is Hudson was not out for any run blocking snaps, so that's kind of a dead giveaway right now. I know Drew Sample is the best blocking tight end in the entire NFL, so I get him being out there, and especially with as bad as the offensive line performed yesterday, I understand Sample getting a lot more reps because they needed that extra protection.
That's why I heard he was a good run blocker because when he played for the Giants, he was out there with Saquon. That's what I heard anyway, that he was a good run blocker. So I know Drew Sample is like an elite. He's like the best blocking tight end in football. So I get that. That's gonna be hard to put him out there. But there was one drive where, dude, we literally we split one guy wide, and I'm like, dude, we're gonna run the ball. We hand the ball, mix it with right up the middle, and did nothing. I'm like, if my dumb ass knows what the hell we're gonna do, they know what you're gonna do. That's where I want to go back. Where's the offense from the Sucky Niners game? We have it. It's there. Zach can call it. I just don't know why he's not. And this is not a criticism of Zach. I don't know why. I'm like, I've seen it. We've all seen it. Where'd that offense go? Where'd that unpredictability go?
Well, and it's funny because the 49ers, Bengals are a bad matchup for them. It's a bad matchup. I mean, 49ers are an incredibly talented team. They run a lot of zone, and Burrow just absolutely eats zone alive. So I get that, but it's not as if going under center is only going to work against zone defense to keep them kind of guessing and to kind of create spots, to create holes and everything. The Burrow can hit any throw anywhere, but I don't know. It's frustrating. It's weird. Lou has a lot of answers or a lot of questions to answer. Again, I'm not saying he doesn't deserve to be a head coach.
Oh, God,
I'm not saying he's not a great defensive coordinator, but I mean, it was running the same thing over and over again, and it wasn't working. So why are we doing the same thing over and over again? It was frustrating.
No, I'm not sure if I agree with this. They said that Andrew here says the defensive line needs to be overhauled. I don't think it needs to be overhauled because
it needs a lot of additions because there's zero depth. There is no backup that does anything for them right now besides Miles Murphy. And Miles Murphy's, he's going to. I don't know if he's going to get starting reps. I mean, he might be the starting right end if it would Trey out, but there's nobody on the depth chart doing anything.
Yes, starting one when they're all healthy, they're pretty damn good. It wasn't that long ago we were talking about how good they were. So
yeah.
So I don't believe. Yeah, depth wise, yes, in which Miles Murphy still could come around. The one thing is like depth. Like Joseph Ossai was supposed to be Joseph Ossai of last year. Him not being that guy has really hurt, and I don't know why. That's the thing for me. Is like, where is he? What is he doing? Why is he not getting very many snaps? And two, when he's out there, he's not really doing anything. Yeah. So I mean, everybody's complaining, well, he's not getting a lot of snaps. Well, when he's out there, he's not doing anything. So that's why he's not getting snaps. So they're going to play the guys they can rely on. And right now it's the starters. I mean, we need Camp. I thought Camp Sample would. He's had a good couple games, not so much yesterday. I'm just this was a game where we needed guys to step up, and they didn't. We actually regressed. Now we said this all week as a quote unquote trap game, and I said the Bengals do a really good job of focusing in on these games and going one at a time. So that's how I was surprised of how. I don't want to say unprepared, but they just look like the run. They shocked them with how they shocked me with how good the Texans ran the ball because they don't run the ball that much. They don't.
And part of that is that's good game plan. This was not a trap game. That you're selling the Texans short. They were 4-4 with their rookie quarterback and playing better as as a rookie quarterback will. I mean, they're going to continue to improve week after week. They kicked the Bengals' ass. That's all there is to it. You look at the offensive lines and the defensive lines. Their defensive line killed our offensive line. Their offensive line killed our defensive line. That's right there. That's it. That's why Burrow didn't have a great game. That's why the Bengals didn't run the ball much.
I agree with Kyle. It's third year being 5-4. We'll be okay. I agree with you. I'm not. I'm not saying we're the season's done by any means. I'm just yesterday was just frustrating. It's the Texans. I mean, kept saying like all week. I'm not overlooking the Texans, but they opened my eyes. I'm like, damn, they're good. Like they are. I mean, I thought they were pretty good, but they were better than I thought they were. To be honest.
And they won a lot of one-on-one matchups too. Again, like I said, Sheldon Rankins just absolutely was amazing all game long. I mean, he had 3 sacks. He spent the entire time in the backfield on rundowns and pass downs. Again, it's I don't know. It just a lot. Burrow wasn't as great as his stats look out to be, and he wasn't as poor as people think he was. He was okay. Yeah. He made a couple bad throws. The one interception that he threw. Well, I was going to say the first one to Sample. A more athletic, a better receiver can catch that.
Yeah,
but he went up way too late to catch. It wasn't a good throw. It wasn't a good throw at all. But a better, more athletic, a better receiver goes up at a better time. He jumped way too early and was on his way down when the ball hit his fingers. Again, that throw needs to get put on the money, but that's one to where it's part on the throw and part on the receiver. The one in the end zone, he completely missed the.
Threw it away.
I don't know if it was the safety. I don't know if it was a safety or linebacker that was covering Joe Mixon that completely dropped off and fell right into the passing lane, and he just totally missed him. That was a complete miss.
Yeah.
So
that guy's not there. It's a touchdown, but hindsight, he should have threw it away because that was thrown into triple coverage.
Yeah, but it was also he was flushed from the pocket too. It was terrible, and this was scramble drill at the end of the game. They're trying to make plays up. This is what happens when you get behind. You're behind 2 scores, and you're going to make stupid ass plays because you're trying to make plays. This is Josh Allen hero ball. I mean, that's the good and the bad of Josh Allen is he's going to make these crazy ass plays because he tries to force stuff. Well, that's what happens when you have to play that way.
Exactly. Now I'll look up Jeremy's comment here. He says Miles Murphy was such a waste of a first pick, especially seeing all these tight ends we could have gotten doing fucking great things. Jeremy, I would love to have gotten a tight end. I do. I'm still holding off on Miles Murphy just because I heard the same thing about Dax Hill last year, and Dax Hill up until yesterday. I don't think Dax had a really good game yesterday either. Nobody did. But I think Dax Hill has played well. So I'm holding off on the Miles Murphy criticism for a year, until next year. If he doesn't do anything next year, then yes, I'm going to say we should have not drafted him. I still would have liked us to draft a tight end. I've said that a million times. I wish we would have done that. So, but I'm holding off. I'm still holding off on the Miles Murphy bust because just because of what happened before. And I know everybody says that the first round pick, you should come and make an impact like right away. I'm like, not when you're picking that low. It's not a top 5 pick. We picked 28. So that those guys don't come in and make impacts like that normally. They're usually bit play. Go ahead. What do you got? I
was gonna say when you're picking someone at that spot in the first round, you're either getting someone who's lower end who's going to start right off the back, or you're getting someone who's high ceiling, but it's probably going to take a little bit of time to get more developmental. And that's what Miles Murphy is. Read everything about him. Like he was drafted actually later than where they thought he was supposed to go. He was supposed to go closer, 20, somewhere in that range. But everyone had said going in 2023 is going to be a developmental year. He has incredible get off the snap, but he needs to increase his repertoire for pass rushing. But he's also a big body defender that's going to be a strength against the run in time. I'm fine with the pick. You would like to have more, but we were saying the same stuff about Dax Hill last year, and Dax Hill's completely fine. Yeah. Dax Hill looks like a complete whatever. But talking about drafting the tight end in the first round, show me a first round, or they should have drafted a tight end. Show me a tight end that was drafted in the first round that's been good. Eifert is the only choice, and he got hurt, so he really wasn't worth the draft spot he was picked. There's so many first round tight ends throughout the league. How's Kyle Pitts doing? They drafted him right before.
They don't use him. That's their own damn.
Well, I know, but
yeah.
You drafted a tight end at number 4 right before Jamar Chase.
Right.
Are they getting value off that? Like no one's getting value from drafting that tight end in the first round. Yeah, Sam Laporte is balling out. Sam Laporte is fantastic. I don't know about that, but Jeremy put about Schultz. Schultz was a free agent. He came from he came from Dallas, so I don't know what Schultz has anything to do with anything. Yeah, I mean, there were so many tight ends that they could have drafted, not even in the first round, second round, third, fourth, fifth, sixth. Like, they had so many draft picks. It was still weird that they drafted 2 wide receivers to me. We all love Yoshi. We love Charlie Jones, but did they need 2 wide receivers?
But why isn't Chuck Sizzle back? I mean, he could have come back last week. I think it was the first week. He could have come back this week. I mean, I know this is a game that they needed. They needed him.
I think the reason that they didn't activate him this week is because they needed someone more. They needed Stanley Morgan more for special teams in terms of coverage. So I get it. I think he could.
Who's replacing on special teams then?
He's replaced Tyson Anderson. Tyson Anderson was key on coverage. So that's why Stanley Morgan was up.
Yep.
I still don't understand Bo's nephew. Again, Jedrick Jackson looks like a decent guy, but he's always going to be Bo's nephew. I'm sorry. He could put up Jamar Chase numbers and he'd be Bo's nephew.
Yeah. Yeah. He's right.
Yeah, I mean, they had 8 million chances to upgrade the tight end position.
I mean, I think we were all in agreement on that. They should have.
Yeah, exactly. Whether it's Dalton Schultz, whether it's bringing back Hayden Hurst. Now, what Hurst signed for in terms of long-term, the 3 years, I don't think that's something the Bengals wanted to go, and I get that. But getting Irv Smith, who's like basically a low end, like literal, like he's a backup tight end on a decent team, and he goes into the year as our starter, complete with like neglecting that. I mean, it's absolute malfeasance right there.
Yeah, we got Tanner. Tanner, I was hoping for a Tanner or a Huddy Tuddy yesterday. That guy needs to get more stats because when he's in there, he makes plays. He's the guys we got.
He's the best. He's the best receiving tight end. Now, that being said, on a team with a decent tight end, he's a special teams player.
Yes.
But for this team right now, he needs to get more reps. He's got the reliable hands. He's the only one athletic enough to make plays after he's the only one who's making the catch, much less making plays after the catch. I don't know. It's weird. Needless to say, they are going to go into 2024 with a much stronger plan at tight end. I will guarantee you that.
They're going to have to.
Yeah, I mean, all these guys, Sample will be the only guy back next year.
I've said this. Joe, everybody keeps saying, kept telling me, like, this offense doesn't use tight end. Joe doesn't give an F. If you're open, he's going to throw you the ball. I know people said they should have fed Tanner some more. Maybe Tanner wasn't open. I mean, if Joe's and Joe was a little off. He didn't have a terrible game. He had an awful game. He had an okay game. I mean, there was one in the first drive. I saw Yoshi was gone. He was gone, and he missed him.
Yeah,
I'm watching. Like, oh my god! And he threw it to I think TB on one of the crossing patterns. I think it was the first or second drive, and he was flat gone. And that's what I was kind of hoping that they take more shots. And that's one thing I was kind of surprised that they didn't. And they say Jamar was like, well, they wouldn't let them. I saw some where they could have done it, but the offensive line didn't hold, and Joe had to scramble and get out of there. That was the thing. It's like, how good we were just talking about how good our offensive line was playing for the last couple of weeks. I'm like, all right, we're finally gelling. I'm like, dude, we're gonna go against the Texans. They don't have much of a pass rush, and so what the hell happened?
Yeah,
that's where I'm like, why are these guys pressuring us so much? I mean, our offensive line played really good, and then bam. I mean, I know any given Sunday, anybody can beat anybody. I get it. It's football. I understand. But just how do you go from a strength to look like for the last 2 weeks to a weak spot? That's kind of what happened. I thought with the offensive line. I love Teddy K. I love Orlando Brown. All these guys. They got to play better. They got to do better than this. We can't have this.
Yeah, I mean, the problem is they're all, especially in the interior, they're all low end starters. Even at their best, Ted Karras is a low end starter. Alex Kappa is a low end starter. Guys they were better than the guys they were replacing, so it's a positive. But I mean, it's the ceiling on these guys. And Cordell Volson, I've never been a Cordell Volson fan. He had a decent game last year, and he's had some decent games. So it's not as if he's awful, but you need to do better when you have a bad offensive line. Historically, you need to do better than drafting an older prospect in the 4th round out of a small school. I just, again, it's for a team that values draft picks and won't trade that draft picks to improve with guys that are, to improve with guys through a trade that are actually established. You need to do a better job of attacking the offensive line with premium draft picks. I don't know.
I kept Paul's comment up here because the last drive, where we had them, if we would have just tackled them instead of trying to rip the ball out, it would have been a 50-something yard field goal. We tried to rip the ball out and let him go, and it became the field goal went from a 57 yarder or 50-something yarder to basically a chip shot to win the game. So I love that they go for the ball. Sometimes you just got to get him on the ground. Because Pratt was in there, and he's in there trying to rip the ball. And I remember I'm like, get that ball. I could see it in my head while I watched the game from my seats. And then I'm like, oh, shit. And then he takes off for another 10, 15 yards. Like, oh, crap. I was like, that's one where it's like, yeah, you want to get the ball, but sometimes you just got to get the guy on the ground. And that's this kicker they just signed this week. You make him kick a 50-something yard field goal instead of a chip shot. There's a good chance he doesn't make it.
Yeah, and a lot of the issue is, and I get, I mean, that's who the Bengals are. The Bengals are aggressive at trying to punch the ball out. They create a ton of turnovers, so you can't
turn that off. But they're
right. But you make sure someone's got him wrapped first, so it's not two guys stripping at the ball and nobody getting him below the waist to stop his feet.
Right.
Everyone's tackling him up around the chest, holding him up.
There's certain times in the game if you're not getting the ball, get him on the ground. You got to get him on the ground. That was more important. I won't say more important. If you got the ball there, that's a game-changing play. But it didn't work. So that's the thing is if Pratt goes and rips the ball, we're on here going, oh my God, what a great play by Pratt. That's where I'm like, it's always easy after the fact, to say that. If he strips the ball out there, we're turning around, going down the field and getting in range for Ed McPherson to kick a game-winning field goal, and it totally changes everything. It just didn't happen. So it's just you can nitpick things. The point is, this game should have not come down to that. I mean, I know the Texans played awesome. Joe, if we got in one side, if the defense would have stopped them one time, once, instead of making them, I think they punted it one more time.
Three times.
Punted once. They made a punt. They
punted three times.
They made a punt 3 times.
Yeah.
Really? Damn,
yeah.
I
didn't realize it was that much, but I looked it up. Yeah, there's 3 punts.
Yeah. All right, well, that's surprising. More, but anyway, one more stop.
Actually, 4.
How many times they had the damn ball?
I know. I'm like, I counted 3, and then I'm looking like, no, they punted it 4 times. Yeah, they punted their first time. They punted. I mean, here's the thing, though.
I don't remember that. I just remember them scoring all the time.
Here's the thing. We talk about how bad the defense was. 4th quarter, they had the ball 4 times. 6 plays, punt. 3 plays, interception. 3 plays, punt. And then the last drive, 6. So defense actually, it was that one fucking play to Noah Brown for 20 yards that they got the last play of the game. I mean, that was it. That was the only play that they really gave up in the 4th quarter. Dustin here makes a good point. 0 explosiveness on offense outside of Chase. Yeah, I mean that's something that they should have addressed. I think Charlie Jones gives a little more explosiveness because he's so shifty. Tyler Boyd, I mean, again, he had a bad game. He had 2 awful drops. The one being the gigantic one in the end zone, wide ass open, and right there, that's the game. Because I don't expect that.
Both of them hit him in his hands.
I mean, there was 0. Those are catches that he makes 99 times out of 100.
Yeah.
But he's not explosive. He had that really nice catch and run there right before his drop in the end zone. But everybody would, I mean, a faster, more explosive receiver scores on that instead of gets tackled at the 7. I'm not complaining about him, but he's not explosive. T. Higgins does a ton of awesome things. He's a huge target. He can get downfield, high point the ball. So. Yeah. But he's not he's not a guy who's going to run away from the defense or shake loose and get some extra yards. Chase is that guy. Mixon isn't that guy. Maybe Chase Brown's that guy too. It'll be Chase and Chase, but
Yoshi could be that guy. That's why
maybe. But they're not giving him opportunities. His catches have been at the sticks or two in the end zone.
That's the thing. Yesterday they needed to do that. They needed to do that. It was too. They seemed like it was just too conservative. I'm like, you gotta like toward the end there. And that's when I think we're taking more chances. Joe started swinging the ball down there, and that's where we got the scramble drill and we got the touchdown to Chase.
Yeah,
but that was more like we got it. And that's one thing where I think Joe was trying to get the ball down the field more, and he threw that interception in the end zone there with triple coverage. But that's where I think we got aggressive a little too late. It seemed like we were very conservative throughout this game, and understandably, because we don't have T, we didn't have a lot of our guys. Jamar's hurts, it's understandable. This is where I said this: our offensive line, if it's playing like it was before, and they dominate like they had been, this could have been a good Joe Mixon game where you just run the ball with him a lot.
Yeah,
that's what I said that. I said this could be a good mixing game. This could be the good, where we had last year had the Carolina game and had the Atlanta game where he basically just dominated. This is where I thought this could have been that game for him, but it didn't work. We didn't run the ball. I mean, Mixon had what I got here. He was 11 attempts, 46 yards for one TD. So I mean, and they only had 11 attempts. I mean,
it's funny because as many things that went wrong in the game yesterday. As awful as the defense was, as awful as the defensive line, the offensive line, Burrow wasn't great. The 2 drops. It was a game it was a tie game. They had the Texans, for as dominant as they were, they had to drive down and kick a game-winning field goal. Yeah. This is a game that they should you see. I mean, and that's a positive to take out of this game of being very few. They got their asses beat wholly and thoroughly, and they should have won the game. Boyd catches that. Yeah, Boyd catches that. That's game. They're not driving down. Texans aren't driving down and scoring a touchdown. They wouldn't. It's unlikely they would have. They drove down pretty quickly to get a field goal, but you still have another 20 some odd yards to go to score a touchdown. The Bengals are really good at keeping teams out of the end zone because of how many turnovers they force and what they do to And
they did it yesterday.
To force that. Yeah, and and so I don't know.
Need one more stop or one more catch, and that's the thing. It's yes, it's frustrating. I'm very frustrated, but like I said, the positive is they were in position to win the game.
Yeah, exactly.
They should have won the game. I mean, you can't put the ball any better than Joe did. It's in Tyler Boyd's hands. He knows he should have caught it. Which, again, I'm not blaming Tyler. I'm not at all. It's a team game that they could have done other stuff. Now, I haven't heard this. Some guy here says Josie caught 2 injuries early yesterday. I
don't know when it was some injury. I can't remember what, but I know they said that he went out with something bothering him, but he still had a decent amount of reps. So I don't know what the
I don't know what he's talking about. And maybe you're right. I didn't see anything. He said a knee in the hand. Oh, I haven't heard anything about that. So I don't know. I don't know. I usually played the whole.
You're lying. Game. It didn't happen. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, I don't know. That's new for me. I said Yoshi played a lot, so I don't know. Anyway, let's go into here the last couple minutes here. The Thursday night game. They've got a quick turnaround, so I kind of like that. Hurry up and get the bad taste out of our mouths and go against the Ratbirds. Bad news. I don't know if Trey Henderson's going to play.
No.
He's going to sprain.
No way.
I doubt it. Sam Hubbard. I was kind of hoping he was going to play since he missed this week, but now there's talk that we might be out both of them. That's huge. If we don't have either one of the H boys, we're in trouble. I'll flat tell you that right now. We are in trouble.
Yeah. I think Sam's got a better chance because he didn't I don't know if they purposely kept him out just to try to give him some out of practice last week just to keep him fresh, but Trey's going to miss he's going to miss a couple weeks. I think maybe because they'll have a nice long break, kind of a mini bye because they got Thursday night, then they have a week and a half for the next game. There might be a chance of him playing the next game, but I highly doubt it. I think you're not going to see him until December or at least until after Thanksgiving.
So
hopefully it
happened right at the end of the damn game.
Yeah.
Last play.
Yeah, I don't think T's back on Thursday. The way he was still limping around on I remember I seen video of him on Friday just kind of limping around the practice field. Obviously he was just in street clothes, but it's hopefully he's going to be ready to go, but I don't know if you can you can't exactly count on that. I'm literally just looking here live tweet post, whatever you want to call it, from Paul Danner Jr. In regards to T. Higgins and Sam Hubbard playing Thursday. Tough short week, but he's not making any decisions. Calls Hendrickson day to day, not making any declarations. Trey's not playing. I think it would be poor. I think it would be malpractice to let Trey play. Even if it was just a hyperextension and it wasn't any structural damage, which that's the best case scenario.
Right.
You absolutely need to give him that week. They play him. He plays too many snaps as it is. So.
And it just kills me. It's the last damn. I mean, the play was over.
Yeah, it was
standing there, and the guy rolled into his knee.
Yeah, Noah Brown was getting up, and he stumbled over. I don't know if DJ Turner was getting up the same time. Noah Brown just stumbled over him and lost balance and fell in him. There was nothing malicious. Like, Brown didn't do anything. He just lost his balance. Hell, he was close to.
It happened.
right. I mean, he was close to rolling into his own teammate's leg. So it had nothing to do with. People tried to question whether it was that had nothing to do with it. It was just shit luck.
Yeah, I didn't even see. I mean, all I saw was Trey laying face down on the ground. I'm going, oh shit, what happened? I didn't even see it until today, and I saw people tweet out the video. I'm like, actually, Big Willie did it first. He's the first one I saw that had it on there, and I'm like, oh, that's what happened. I'm like, oh crap. Like,
Willie was questioning whether he wasn't saying it was dirty, but he was questioning, and then I reposted that. And he actually liked my comment that no, it wasn't dirty. It was just he stumbled and rolled into him. There was nothing malicious. It was just fluke and shit luck.
Now we have news here from Justin's watching Zach Taylor's press.
Yeah, that's pretty much what I just.
Dude, the press conference sounds like it's going to be tough for Hubbard and Higgins.
More of the story: if your last name starts with an H, you're fucked and you're not playing on Thursday night.
You're not playing. So
quick, change your name to He Higgins and Ham Subbard.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, Trendrickson.
Joseph Osai, please, we need you more than ever. You got to have a game. Miles Murphy, Cam Sample, you guys got to. God.
One little nugget of hope. Ronnie Stanley's probably not going to go for the Ravens on Thursday either, but he hasn't been great, and his replacement, who's played for before him already because he's already missed a couple games, has played pretty well. So it's not going to be a huge drop off, but we shall see.
I went from being very confident to I don't know Thursday. He's out, Sam's out, Trey's out. Oh my God! Our offensive line has got to play better, and they have just flat have got to. That is an absolute must this week. They got to play better. Defense line's got to play better. If we win on those two alone, get better and improve, we'll win the game. Because give Joe time, he'll find people. But that part has to be better Thursday night. It has to, or we're in for a long Thursday night. That's for sure.
Yeah, I mean the offensive line is healthy, so that's what's important. I mean, I still think Orlando Brown is working his way back from his groin, but I mean, all 5 starters are good to go. They're not coming in with any lingering injuries. No one's going to have any injury designations. Knock on wood, but they still. I mean, as lights out as the Baltimore's defense has been playing all year. A hobbled Joe Burrow still, again, played him really, really tight and close in week 2. So, and Marlon Humphrey, Marlon Humphrey seems like he's out a bunch too, and that's good because Jamar usually cooks the hell out of Marlon Humphrey, so that's probably good news for the Ravens.
I say that's the thing is Jamar's the Raven killer. So I mean, Jamar gets another one. I won't say a week. It's like Thursday, a couple more days to rest his back. And somebody put up. Dustin put this up there. Said Chase only having 8 targets is criminal. Honestly, I really do think it was his back. I think because they didn't target him really at all, especially in the first quarter. And we kept talking in the stands that I think he's just out there as a decoy. I really, because look at the one where he got the 15-yard penalty. He slid. He slid because he didn't want to get hit because I think his back was hurting him. That's why I think he didn't get a lot of targets. That's where I'm like, Charlie Jones would have been nice. Tanner Hudson, get him some more touches. Yoshi, I mean, that's where, those guys either didn't get open or Joe didn't see them. I don't know. One or two. I can't answer that. I have not rewatched the game, so I don't.
Yeah, I don't have a problem with their usage of Jamar Chase. Again, yeah, it was they went to him when they needed to, and that's when it got in the second half, they went to him. They started feeding him more because they needed to feed him more because they needed to come back. I think it was them just trying to save reps on just on his back. And the best thing about Chase's injury is it's just soreness and it's bruised and it's nothing like there's no structural damage, and you don't have like any slip disc or anything like that, or any ligament. It's just sore, and so the further you get away, and he didn't take a lot of shots yesterday, especially on the long touchdown pass. No one touched him, so.
Yeah. Now like this, his magic here says this is why Joe is a top paid player. It's his job to lead the team to victory, and he did. I mean, yesterday, that's what Joe is doing.
Yeah,
he was taking shots, and he put him in the best position to win. So Joe. I mean, like I said, I was pretty confident about Thursday night. I'm less confident. I still think we can win. I will never not go into a game thinking we can't win. That's just me. I always think we can win. We got 9. We got jackpot. I think we can win. So it's still gonna be an AFC North battle. It's gonna be a juggernaut. It's gonna be a lot of fun. We're gonna be at Hail Mary's Thursday night in Cheviot. There's a bar there. Bomb Squad West has got stuff going on there. So if you guys are looking for a place to watch the game, make sure you go check it out. Yes, Joe.
If it's Cheviot, then is it Chevrolet?
Chivwa.
True. And I'm just, it's never again, that's the East Sider and me not understanding why it's Cheviot.
You have to pronounce it like Chivwa. Well, okay,
yes.
Reading Road is Reading.
That's
not on the west side to there.
Right. Go ask Tony Pike about that one. He's from Reading.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know. That's a good question too. Why Chris Evans? I don't know. I don't know.
They don't trust. First off, he's not good. Like,
shit, he is. Yes, he is.
But they would use him if he were good. They would use him. Like, they don't trust him. Like, he's.
Trust you. I'll put that one. He's not.
There's as little as they're getting from the running back position, and I don't I can't for the love of me get everyone's love for Joe Mixon. This isn't anti-Joe Mixon. He's not a good running back for this team because he doesn't make guys miss. And they need they need a little scat back guy, that can catch the ball more in space, make huge plays. He doesn't
give the ball to Chris Evans. Let him do that. That's what I don't get. I don't freaking do it.
I don't know. All right, I don't know. Brad is calling me a clown. If Chris Evans is good, how many? Like Chris Evans had 2 snaps yesterday. Like how many snaps does? Let's see how many snaps that Chris Evans, who's such a great player in his 3rd year, by the way. Let's see how many snaps Chris Evans has. He has 23 snaps in 9 games.
Well, that's what I don't get.
2.5 snaps a game. I mean, this isn't a guy who's like. Maybe he might help them around the edges, like kind of on the fringes, but
that's what I'm like. I don't understand why they're not, because when he actually gets the ball, he makes plays. This has been my argument for 3 freaking years. Does he not know the playbook? Does he got naked pictures of Zach Taylor somewhere, or what? Why is he not? You say he's not a good player. I think he's a really good player. He's very athletic because when he does get the ball, he makes plays. That's why it drives me freaking nuts and why he doesn't. I mean, it's kind of like yesterday, Tanner Hudson. Did so good the first half. Why didn't they give him the ball more? I don't. Those are things I don't get.
I'll put it this way. I'm not gonna, maybe not saying he's not bad, but there's a reason that he's only getting because they've got nobody else. Because
they could have.
Well, yeah. I mean, obviously they should have. They should have upgraded the running back position a lot more than they did because they kept the guys that they had, and the guys that they had no explosion.
Yeah.
So Chris Evans he's got that ability, but they don't. I think there's a big distrust with him, especially handing him the ball, that he's going to run the play. He's going to run the play the way the play is supposed to be run. Like he's going to run the play in the right hole and follow the blocking, or be patient. That they have a big concern about that, and that's why he doesn't get handed the ball. He's a great receiver.
Why is he still on the team? Like if you have a guy that you literally won't give the ball to, basically won't do anything for, and you only have really one running back you trust. Why is he still on the team? Why didn't they let him go and get somebody else? If you don't trust him that much to never play him, or if you do, he doesn't get the ball, Why is he on this team?
Why is Jack Carman on the team? That's the exact same. Like you're literally that's the exact same. Like this is a guy that they trust even less. Bengals are.
This is literally like okay. Jax Carman is not going to. Cody Ford is going to start over Jax Carman. Evans is literally you have 3 running backs. He's one of the 3. He's one of the 3 right now.
Yeah.
Like why? If you knew there's a chance for him to be a position player, why did you keep him on the team if you don't trust him?
That I can't answer that. The Bengals historically they like keeping guys. It's the devil they know. Like they'll keep someone who's lower ceiling.
No, he was on the team before this. Don't give me this. You're saying this because Brown's on IR. He was on the team before this. I'm saying.
Yeah, his snaps like his usage hasn't gotten up since Brown has gone out. Now I can't. There was talk the week that Brown got hurt that he was in line for a increased role, and if that's true, I would love to see it when he comes back because I think Chase Brown is the only one who's still has. We'll put it this way: it still has the trust of the roster, or still has the trust of the organization, and has the ability to be explosive. So. Yeah. I would love to see him getting used.
This is one thing. This is one subject I just get frustrated with because I just don't understand why they don't use him. Anyway, I gotta get the heck out of here because Maddie's gonna be here in about 10 minutes. Come get me. We're gonna go to the Cam Taylor golf. I keep saying golf. It's not golf. It's the bowling.
Did you just watch the big? You just watched the Big Lebowski when in the beginning when they dropped the bowling ball and like obviously you're not a golfer.
Obviously, you're not a golfer. Exactly. All right, bowling tonight. It is at Bellwood Lanes. Start at 5:00 tonight. It is so it's $300, but it's $50 a person if you get enough people. So that's where everybody got confused on how much it is. So make sure you guys go there tonight. Join it. It's gonna be a lot of fun. I'll be there. If you guys are come say hi. Juice is gonna be there. Courtney and Daryl are gonna be there. Centauri's gonna be there with me. Matty Myers is gonna be there. We're gonna have a good time.
I'd love to go to that, but my wife is literally on her way back from the airport right now, and I just didn't have time to be able to make sure she was in time because the little ones can't exactly fend for themselves around dinner time. So
be fine. Just leave them there. They'll be fine.
Yeah. Teach them self-sufficiency.
Teach them how to survive.
Yeah.
Take only what you need to survive.
It's my industrial strength hair dryer.
I knew you knew it. And I can't live without it. Joe, want some stuff before I let you go, brother.
All right. If you guys could, we would very much appreciate it if you guys go to youtube.com/RiverfrontCincy. At the Riverfront, we've got Bengals Show, we've got the Reds Show, we've got Late Night Reds with Tim Daniel, Ben Brown. We have Riverfront U, which covers UC, Xavier, Miami, NKU basketball. Every week they do an NBA show. We've got FC show coming up here soon. Again, everyone does, and myself excluded. We got a bunch of guys that do a fantastic job. I'm kind of the weak link. No, I'm just kidding. But
you do an awful job. That's why I have you on the show all the time. You're awful at it.
Exactly. I mean, I make you look good. And that's not that that's
I need all kinds of help with that.
I make you seem more. I make you seem more intelligent. Make you look. I think I still got you there. No offense, but
oh God,
Jeff, as always, a pleasure. I appreciate you.
Hey, no problem, dude. Thanks for jumping on last minute. So I appreciate you, man. Go follow Joe. He does a great job over there, and all the guys at the Riverfront. Hooday.
All right,
guys. I hope you enjoyed that as much as I did. Yes, Greg will be there. Yes, Greg will be there too. If I did not mention the Big Sandwich, he will be there tonight. So, like I said, Maddie's on his way here. I'm going to get the heck out of here. Let me get to the Facebook groups. That let me live stream. And as always, I appreciate every single one of them. They are Houday Nation, Houday Legion, Bearcat Ruckus, Radical Reds, the Ohio State Bucknuts, the Ice Bar. And then, of course, you can follow me on all my social media platforms, all under Sports with Strawberry Ice. I'm on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. Twitter X handle is at Jeff A. Trinopole. TikTok is at Iceman90. I think I'll be pulling a sound off. If I don't get busy, I'll try to pull a sound off. Anyway, put it on podcast. If I do, it's on BeanPod, Apple, iTunes, Spotify, Google, Stitcher Play, pretty much wherever you get your podcasts. Please make sure rate, like, and review. Leave a comment and a 5-star review so more Cincinnati fans can find my podcast. YouTubers, you guys are awesome. 2,443 subs. Appreciate every single one of you guys. Appreciate everybody who showed up to Lot 1 this Sunday. It was an absolute blast. We did the video with YB Assad. He's putting it together, so hopefully it'll be out soon. You can see me and all my glory and all my rhythm. Who Dey Baby was on there. We were vibing. We had Ace was on there. Who else? Bengal Warrior was on there with me. Cap was sick, so Cap was trying to stay away from all of us. Matty Myers was on there. See his rhythm. Greg Luther was in there. Satori was in there. James was in there. I think Arrow was in there. Oh, there's a lot of people in there. Anyway, shout out to all of them. Shout out to YB. Shout out to everybody who showed up and hung out with us. It was an absolute blast. I had so much fun down there. Tailgating lot 1. Like I said, again, please, if you guys want any of the Jackpot Joey stuff, go to jackpotjoey9.com. Remember, portion of proceeds go to the Joe Burrow Hunger Relief Fund, Joe Burrow Foundation. Like I said, we're supporting a good cause. The people that are making, actually, the people who are making the only money on this is the Joe Burrow Foundation. So please go buy the stuff, share it out, wear it. Like I said, we are trying to help out people, and that's what all this is about. So go to jackpotjoey9.com and buy some cool stuff. Other than that, I will see you guys tomorrow. I do know how I'm on tomorrow. I got Sam, who is Joe Burrow's Pee-wee football coach, and he was part of the Bengal to Bulldog book. He's a great dude. He is so much fun to talk to. So I will have him on tomorrow at 5:30. It's going to be me and Sam. We're going to have a great time talking Joe Burrow, Bengals. He is a Browns fan, so we're going to kind of have to thank him for beating the Raptors yesterday. But anyway, other than that, you guys have a wonderful day, and I'll see you tomorrow. That's just sports, baby. See ya!
I'm from the city where they gotta play up.
Yeah.
I'm from the city where they gotta play up.
I don't.
Coin flip is trying to pay up.
Hey,
I'm from the city where they gotta play up.
they still gotta play us,
I'm
man.
from the city where they gotta play up. Coin flip is trying to pay up.
Go. Started out with who they done got me started. Call Katie, tell him make room for the Lamborghini. I trust 27 to lead us through any battle. We had DK out there press. You seen how we did Seattle? Went down 1-3 and then we hop back on that saddle. Everybody want T, but you can't have him cause we got it. A lethal 9 on the side and he gon' always red dot him. 29 got him on lockdown. This Taylor Britt Island. You know Jamar probably open. That boy 7-11. Who your best cornerback? Cause my receivers gon' shred him. And you don't wanna go one-on-one with Lou's playbook. 91 step on that field, them quarterbacks look shook. A couple weeks went by and we done stacked us up some wins. Brad Logan still with us, still the turnover twin. Uzier, man to man, you probably shouldn't throw at him. Orlando Brown came to town, showed us what a bodyguard is. I don't think they want no smoke with us. Forever standing on business, this ain't no joke for us. Money Mackey line it up, that boy forever clutch. Put up whoever you want, it's never slow for us. Ain't nothing changed, 21 still lurking in the cut. 83 reasons why they can't with us. Zach Taylor top dog, it's always win a bust. Hand the ball to Chase Brown, probably won't get touched. Chuck sizzle back deep to receive the punt. Probably gon' run it back, I feel like he the one. Doing my shuffle on him still, I feel like Icky Woods. Whole line protecting Joe like a tiger should. Imagine having Trent Irwin as your 4th string. If BJ Hill hit you, you feel what that force bring. 1, 2, 3, nah, we need 4 rings. This the jungle, you can't come in here and pull strings. Look close, look how DJ read that offense. Sin Hubbard and Osai, yeah, we all in. Nick Scott ball hawking overwatching. Dax Hill an interception that look flawless. It's really hard to lose when K. Adams rooting for you. If you need a couple yards, Earth gon' get it for you. We got Tanner Hudson now, Sample still 2. Yoshi gon' go get that ball just like a dog do. Already knew they had to play us, but this part 2. I'm from the city where they gotta. I'm from the city where they gotta play us. It's time to pay up. I'm from the city where they gotta play us. I'm from the city where they gotta. I'm from the city where they gotta play us. It's time to pay up. Who they?